It does rather seem to me that after Wallasey led the charge, Councillor Green subsequently changed his mind. Why he changed his mind, I don't know. That would be for him to explain. But he did change his mind rather suddenly, only after Wallasey led the charge, and I don't want to get too involved in the internal problems of the Conservative Party.
My specific point is that money's been paid. So by not going, that money will be lost.
Oh yes.
So I feel this calling may be misjudged or misleading in some point because mistimed, I suppose, is the right way to speak. Mistimed, I think. And maybe it's down to the fact that it's a new committee and the process is the way it is. But I think the calling is mistimed for this one because that's what happens in the money's been paid. And I think we should send off, and I think we actually should force somebody else to go in that way. So I don't think that call will be it's paid and we should go. And we should get the benefits of this conference. And I think we need to consider, if there is something wrong with this, we need to object a lot earlier. We know that this conference is going to be running for, I don't know how many months. So I think through this time, and I think some of our debates at this moment is not useful, to be honest, because the money has already been spent. So saying that it's going to cost $3,200, whatever it is, the money is spent. What we should be saying as a committee, I think, is we should be learning from the time of the process. And we should say, okay, well, let's make sure that that is something we look at for the future and that we know as a committee what's the answer to do. I don't think it's anybody's fault on either side. I do think, but I think it's wrong. That's just my point.
Perhaps you're a little bit more generous in your thinking than I am, but I do agree with the gist of what you're saying. But my answer is that quite apart from the fact that the money already paid and not now be retrieved, I see this as a pretty opportunist call-in. It serves only to further drain the public purse, because it's the public purse that's paying for this meeting this evening, and that's the taxpayers. They'll have to fund the administration of this meeting, and if anything, any further meetings going on this, they'll be paying for that as well. And I have to say that it seems to me, isn't it probable that to the public, this whole episode is going to look like Tories using the public purse in pursuit of political propaganda, and actually shot themselves in the foot by doing it.
Hasn't been paid. No, it hasn't. No, it hasn't. Ask this lady, yes, it answer. We'll be asking her. Oh dear.
Councillor Mooney made a very valid point, which I agree with what she said, because now it's passed. Let's make it clear, when we sign that call, money hadn't been paid. Shouldn't we come on to it until we had this call?
The timing is important because the call-in and the timetable of the call-in is triggered when the decision is published, and therefore 7 working days timetable exists will only apply then. So in terms of should this be dealt with sooner or that's driven by the time regards to issues around the blocking, as I understand this issue, it would, as I understand it, the cancellation is possible, but there would be obviously foregoing of the costs that would be incurred, and that would be
It should be
at the
taken
time
into decision.
of calling. So it is a timetabling which inevitably puts us in a position where you're not able to cancel without a penalty, but potentially foregoing of the fee. And obviously your decision couldn't be taken sooner until the 6th of May, when we have 7 working days from which that meeting is consistent with that.
But if I may say, in any case, what's the relevance of that question? Because you could have made a decision a month ago to not attend. And when we go through any of this, we all know this differently. The fact of the matter is that those people asked to go to this conference, their decision was put to me and it was approved. But if they didn't want to go, why change their mind at the last minute?
Thank you, Chair. Adrian, you mentioned before about the £9 million loan that this Borough Council took out last year. And then, but then they, the Foulkes group, decided to go to the LGA. Do you know who went to the LGA from the Conservatives?
I'm not absolutely certain, but unless somebody tells me differently, I would assume it would have been the leader of the council, which would have been Councillor Green, who was, and if that's the case, there would be some slight imbalance between his reasoning then and his reasoning now, it seems to me.
Just want to ask a question on the ruling you did mention about the action council Gilchrist. As I've seen, and I quote from the form of the question to the council members, because it is relevant to the LGA conference.
I think what Councillor Jones would be questioning on is which of the representations he has made. The question should be
this question is regarding what the merits of the call and the benefits that women may or may not get.
Issues around Councillor Gilchrist's representations have not yet come forward to any of the call.
Well, I've seen the left back and quotes from anywhere. Two of the keynote speakers are Michael Hodson and Eddie Pickles, and I'll just quote on this from the LGA themselves regarding what the Michael or Heseltine is speaking about, and that's the partnership and growth between central government and local government. I think that is a very important subject for this authority. And one of the keynote speeches is around commissioning, which is something this authority is wrestling with. We need to look at our peer councils to give us steer and advice and show us how best practice in commissioning is done. And that is one of the keynote speeches by two of the peer councils or part of the LGA peer group. Mr. Pickles' keynote speech is around future local government funding. So I think if you give me a chance of public council, let me interrupt you. And it's very rude. Yeah, actually. This is the question to Bill, given that knowledge, does Councillor Jones then believe now that there is value in sending members to the LGA, given what the three of the main topics are, after that go through the whole agenda?
I certainly think there's value in this council being fully represented as a national body of which it's a part. And the specific question, the specific answer to your question is yes.
Okay. We're going to bring Councillor Hodson, Councillor Fraser, and then anyone who's got a desire to ask any more questions to him.
Thank you, Chairman. I came to this meeting tonight with a completely open mind, having not made any predetermined decision on which way I might or might not vote. I think we're in danger of going down cul-de-sacs and dead ends. We should perhaps concentrate on looking at the questions raised within the 3 points in the calling. And that, of course, has to be taken into account the fact that we know now, perhaps we know before we came this evening, that the money that is being paid to the LGA for the purpose of sending our £5 to the to officers could not be recovered. Now that is a salient feature, obviously, but the other important thing I think to understand is that we have been getting a lot, in accordance with item 2 of the coin, we have been getting an awful lot of political support at some considerable cost from the LGA over the years, and as others have said, I'm not sure exactly what benefit we would get from going to a brief conference of this nature where everybody will be trying to talk to everybody else, and the chance of us being able to make our voices felt in this situation, to me, seems to be remote. That is my personal opinion. The other concern I have in item 3 is, because there wasn't a clear or specific objective to the process of going to this conference, I'm not still sure how the council could benefit from going there at all. I don't think either of those two questions have been answered. And the first point, of course, with regard to cost. At the time when even this was agreed, there was probably less pressure on the council to avoid incurring costs of this nature. It is clearly now imperative, in the light of recent decisions made by both officers and the ruling cabinet, that we do control costs at a time when the council is struggling to control spending. So, although we appear to be stuck with paying this bill that we've incurred the cost for, I think as a matter of principle, we should be saying that it is wrong to incur this sort of cost at the present time when so many others of our activities and services to members of the public are under such strain and pressure. So I would ask us not to go down cul-de-sacs and dead end, but concentrate on the reasons for the calling, the specific reasons for the calling, and just ask ourselves objectively, is it fair to suggest that we should be paying out money at this time, in principle, for something of this nature? Thank you.